Chapter 11. A Case of Orchitis. Orchitis is a most agonizing complaint in which the testicles swell and sometimes become ulcerated. It may be caused by injury, by gonorrhea, or it may occur during an attack of mumps. In its most severe form, however, it is a comparatively rare disorder in this country, England. The doctor who has called in took a very serious view of this case and gave the victim only a few days to live. When, after a journey away from home, I first saw the victim, aged 19, his bowels had not functioned for a week and his kidneys for 72 hours. One side of his body was swollen as though someone had placed half a football under the flesh. His testicles were as large as tennis balls, and the glans penis was 14 inches in length, as solid as a lead pencil and twisted round like a corkscrew. Moreover, it had turned black. The victim's groans and writhings in agony were heartrending. Although for 3 days he had eaten nothing and had merely drunk pints of plain water, the swellings and distortions had only increased. As he had passed no urine of his own to drink, I was obliged to give him a pint of mine to take. 2 hours after the first draught, the glans penis showed signs of becoming so normal that he was able to pass some urine in small drops. About 2 egg cups full in all. It was thick, muddy, and as concentrated as gruel mixed with blood, very dark and exceedingly malodorous. Nevertheless, he drank it without a grimace or a murmur. 4 hours later, he passed nearly a pint of the same evil-looking, evil-smelling water, which he also drank without a grimace. He informed me that he could not taste it, owing to the state of his palate due to the acids which rose from his stomach. This, by the way, is liable to occur in this course of a fast. 2 hours later, the patient had a very copious and offensive stool, the equal of which I have not seen in all 27 years' experience I have had in treating diseases. During the evacuation, some urine was passed which the patient subsequently drank. Having carried him back to bed, we found that he could now lie comfortably stretched out, whereas previously his knees had been drawn up to his abdomen, like people suffering from peritonitis or appendicitis. He was now nearly free from pain, precisely 8 hours after he had taken the first draught of urine. I now laid clothes soaked in the old urine on his abdomen, chest and head, and bound up his feet and hands in a similar manner. He passed more and more water and drank every drop. His bowels responded to the treatment and worked freely and painlessly, the evacuations being not unlike discolored water. On the 4th day, he passed 22 pints of urine in 24 hours, all of which he drank immediately. And now came a setback. On the 5th day, I was called to Manchester on business, and in my absence, a friendly doctor induced him to take a tablespoon of ground wheat in water. The result was disastrous. All flow of urine ceased. And 16 hours all the previous symptoms had returned, though in a slightly less aggravated form. There was nothing for it but to begin the whole treatment all over again. The patient finally broke his fast on the 17th day with the juice of 1 orange at noon, 1 whole orange at 2 p.m. and 1 whole orange at 4 p.m. At 8 p.m. a full glass of fresh milk. He slept soundly that night. From the 18th to the 25th day, his diet consisted of such foods as cold beef, steamed fish, potatoes in their jackets, scrambled and poached eggs, pears and other fresh fruits, salads, tomatoes and nothing else. On the 26th day, the patient was back at his work, completely cured. That was many years ago. He is now a man of 40, lives on a well-balanced diet, drinks his own water of life, underquotes, and enjoys perfect health. I may mention that the late Dr. Rabagiletti was so impressed with this case that he wrote a detailed account of it which was sent to 4 medical journals in England and USA. Not one of them would publish it. Allusions to cures affected by laymen are not welcomed by the medical journals. Medical publications have policies just like daily papers. The fact that a thing may be true or useful to the helping of their fellows seem to play a secondary part with editors of medical papers of the orthodox variety. This is unfortunate, as it is of course obstructive to the progress and medical enlightenment, a matter which was recognized by the Health Practitioners Association. Indeed, in the Health Practitioners Journal, we find articles by homeopaths, naturopaths, herbalists, osteopaths, yoga practitioners, biologists, biochemists, etc., etc. The laudable belief being that there are many roads to health and many means of treating disease.